you are not bound by the regulations of the DBM. You have your own constitutional duty to do your work.
Yes, Your Honor, and precisely that's what we meant to discharge, and we hope we discharge it well during this period from 2011 to the present, where we undertook and completed the 2007 to 2009 audit. As I mentioned earlier, I wish I could answer for the previous years, Your Honor, but I was not with COA at that time, and I really am blind to what may have happened before 2011. I wish to make it of record, Your Honor, that the 2007-2009 report was started by my predecessor in office in 2010, and I came into the commission in 2011, so I continued with it, we continued with it, and completed it and released it in 2013, Your Honor.
You cannot just put the blame on the officials of COA before you, because we rely on institutional continuity. COA should have done its part. If it has done so, we will not be encountering problems like this.
With due respect, Your Honor, I did not mean to put any blame on my predecessor. I think all I'm saying is that I'm sorry, I cannot explain.
Just one short question from Justice Carpio to the COA chairperson.
Yeah, Chairperson Tan. Are you coming out with a COA audit report on the 2011 and 12, 2010, 11, and 12 PDAF?
Your Honor, we are not undertaking any more special audit of the PDAF for these years, 2010 forward. Because what we did while we were undertaking the 2007 to 2009 report, and we were already seeing some kind of a pattern, what I did as head of agency, Your Honor, was to instruct all our auditors in the different agencies of government that in the regular audit per year, that they should also look into the PDAF funds the way it was also utilized. And that is what our auditors have done, Your Honor. So apart from the 2007-2009 special report, we have in fact released reports on an agency basis from 2010 to 2012, where we also raised certain findings regarding the use of PDAF, and these are pretty much the same as what we found in the special report, Your Honor.
Yeah,
we have 2010, 2011, 2012 reports, and I may perhaps give some examples if you will allow me, Your Honor. For 2010, our audit report on the city of Antipolo, for example, would include findings on PDAF. For 2011, 2012, we have the municipalities of Dinalupihan, Bataan, Pilar, Bataan, also NABCOR and ZREC, which we also found in 2007 and 2009. So they're really scattered on a per agency basis, Your Honors.
But in these regular agency audits from 2010, 11, and 12, did you also verify, did you go to the legislators and their staff to verify the signatures as you did in the special audit for 2007 to 2009?
Your Honor, it is a standard audit procedure that we conduct the necessary verification, and I would say that we have been very careful in this regard. Your
So
Honor.
you're saying that what was done in the special audit is actually being done in the regular agency audit?
Yeah, Your Honor, yes, including the validation of reported projects and the reported beneficiaries.
And you have finished already the regular agency audits for 2010, 11, and 12? Is that what you're saying?
For specific agencies where we found them, Your Honor, because not all agencies received funds allocated from the PDAF, or if they did, the uses were not the way it was used as represented by the
Are these
2007-2009
reports in your
audit.
website already?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Justice Del Castillo, Justice Abad, then Justice Leonen.
I'd like to address this to Attorney Molo. It would seem that all the relevant questions have already been asked, but there's just one aspect of the realignment of the PIDA funds that I'm curious about. Would you know why the legislators are just allowed once to realign their PIDA funds? Why are they allowed only once?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have no idea why they are only allowed once, Your Honor.
Well, if you find the answer, just include it in
I
the
will
memorandum.
include it in the memorandum, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Justice Abad.
To the chairman of the Commission on Audit.
Chairperson Tan, please.
Your Honor.
I've been reading some of the General Appropriations Act, and I noted that each item of expenditure essentially consists of three things. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just a layman in the matter of budget. I found three things there in every item. First is a sufficiently specific description of the particular work, activity, or purpose for which the government money is to be spent. You agree with that? That's one of the, well, the ordinary things, the ordinary items. So a specific description of the particular work that is to be done. And second, I found the specific amount of money that can be paid out of the National Treasury for that work, activity, or purpose. And third, the particular government agency or unit that will implement the work, activity, or purpose. These are the three things that I think I found in each items. These are the things that really zeroes in on what expense and how it will be spent and who is going to spend it. Do you agree with me?
As a general proposition for items of appropriation,
Yes.
specific appropriations, Your Honor, yes.
Yes, I'm referring to that. Now, when Article 6, Section 29, Paragraph 1 of the Constitution provides that no money shall be paid out of the Treasury except in pursuance of an appropriation made by law. This means that only Congress can decide for what work,
And how much?
activity, or purpose public money can be spent for and for how much. Do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the President has no power to decide for what purpose and for how much public money will be spent under the Constitution. Is that correct? So the power of the purse belongs to Congress.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, because you cannot implement, you cannot audit all these expenses unless you know these fundamentals. That
Yes.
public money cannot be spent out of the Treasury without a valid appropriations. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is what has guided you in your work, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, to comply with the Constitution, Congress should be able to control the purpose for which money will be spent and how much. Is that right?
To control meaning post
To control,
legislation,
to be
Your
the one
Honor.
to decide for what purpose and for how much appropriations will be made. It is Congress. You
It is-
agree with that or not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. But I think the question
Now,
was
can
posed
Congress
after.
delegate that power to appropriate to the President?
No, Your Honor.
No, okay, that's clear now. Because Congress would have ceded its power to appropriate to appropriate to the President, which is not allowed. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, so the appropriation of an amount of public money can be spent only if the purpose is so sufficiently described that it is the will of Congress that is carried out, not left to that of the President. Do you agree?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Since the President has no power to appropriate public funds, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I remember that prior to martial law, when I was still quite young, each item in the General Appropriations Act was described in small details, like salaries for one bureau chief, 800,000 pesos, one assistant bureau chief, 700,000 pesos, 10 sections head, 5 million, etc. Have you heard of that old practice where the budget details all these items?
No, Your Honor.
No, well, you're too young for that, but that's what before martial law. Now, it is so detailed that we could perhaps call it detailed description of the budget. Later, small items like salaries, small items of the same kind within one agency are bundled into only one item like general administration and support services. Yan lang description. All right? Already covering all salaried positions for the Bureau. Say a lump sum of, say, 120 million. This is how it is done now. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.